change in terms of the bottom four and positions as well. Port Vale 3 points away from safety still, so plenty of time to put that turn around for Danny Moore's side. Sky Bet League 2 and Walsall start of the day top, and they remain top. They were 1-0 down against high flying Bromley. They came back to win it by 3-1, so they move on to 35 points. Swindon Town remaining second, just a point behind. But MK Dons, they move from fourth up into third. 4 home wins in a row, 2 winners against Fleetwood Town today, so they move up into third. And Notts County just a point behind them. Bromley dropping down into fifth after that run of 4 wins in a row. Came to an end today away at Walsall. Bristol Rovers, they're setting all the kind of wrong records today, losing.
Agent David Moyes, as manager, also has that Sunderland connection. He was after them for 10 months, but of course, famously linked with Everton. He's in charge of them again this evening. He's with Juliet Frank.
David, you've been forced into making changes through injury and suspension, but the players that come in slot straight into the team, don't they?
I hope so, but look, I think injuries and suspensions are part of football, and you've got to live with them, especially this time of the year with the amount of games we've got coming up. So hopefully the boys coming in will be fine.
One thing, talking to your players in the last few weeks or so, there just seems to be a different shift in mindset since coming here to the new stadium. Have you noticed that as well?
Well, look, leaving Goodison was difficult for us, and it was a great place for us to play. We always felt like it gave us a little bit of an advantage. You never know when you come to a new stadium, but we started really well here. But the biggest thing is we do want a mindset, a mind change really, to try and get more wins, be higher up the league, get away from the bottom end of the league. So we need that to try and happen.
Talk about more wins, back-to-back wins is difficult to do. Opportunity here tonight to make it 3 wins in a row.
Yeah, in the Premier League, the way it is at the moment for a lot of the clubs in the middle ground, a little bit, to get 3 wins in a row is not easy. So if we could get that tonight, it would certainly be terrific for us. But we're taking nothing for granted. Newcastle are a really good side, good players, and we expect a tough game.
That's just it. We're talking about their away form this season, and on the back end of last season as well. It's still a difficult challenge for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got to say I've never even considered their away form. You don't. You consider them as a team, and the players have got good speed in wide areas. They've got strength in 3 or 4 positions. So we're going to have to be very good. Thank you. Cheers.
Yep, they're going to need a top performance from all of their players, including Keenan Dewsbury Hall, who comes in.
Yeah, he's a player. I think he looks like he's been at Everton for a long time. Top player. The goal earlier on in the week on Monday night at Old Trafford was absolutely sensational, and he would have done him the world of good. 2 goals to assists already this season. He'll want to kick on, and he's a type of player that he's finding his link between the front 3 as well. The likes of Tino Barry, Grealish, etc. I think the way that he's starting to operate is on a high level.
The problem is that Tino Barry hasn't scored yet, Phil. That's on the negative column. What's in the positives?
Well, I think he's finding his feet. I think it's difficult. You always judge a striker on scoring goals. I think he's yet to actually hit the target as well, so he probably gets a little bit deeper and worse there. But, let's go back to the Man U game. I think he won 14 duels, he kept the ball, he works hard, and I think he's becoming a little bit of a fan's favourite without scoring, which is quite amusing. I think from the start of the season, I think David Moyes wanted to start better and bleed Thierry Barry a little bit, come bring him on as a sub and things like that as an impact player. But he's stepped up to the plate at the moment. He may not have the goals, but he is still quite important. Trying to link up, as we said, with Dewsbury Hall, obviously Ilman and Jack off the wing. So he's not doing the job he was brought in to do, but he's also doing things that are helping the team out.
He might be becoming a fan's favourite. One very established fan favourite is Jordan Pickford, and this is the game.
Well, he's a home fan's favourite. He's definitely not an away fan's favourite tonight. But no, he deserves it. He's been a massive player. He made some big saves, obviously, in the last game, but over the course of the last few seasons, not only in this game, because obviously he loves it. Yeah, he loves it.
I mean, it gets worse.
Pickford, isn't it?
The amount of stick he gets, though, so he's allowed to give it as long as he puts the performances in, and that's one thing he has done. There's a reason he's England's #1. A lot of people will be trying to compete for that jersey, not only obviously Ramsdale as well, but no, he's made some big saves at big moments, kept the club where the club is, and loves every moment of it.
And look, he delivers as well. He brings all that passion, particularly to the games against Newcastle, particularly actually Merseyside derbies he loves as well. He he uses that fire well.
Yeah, he's a goalkeeper. Speak a lot about emotional control in football, emotional balance, and he's a guy that thrives when he's emotionally charged. And we've seen there in those pictures there. I think that, the previous one we just saw was the penalty save against Anthony Gordon. Soon after he left Goodison, Everton, went to Newcastle. He's got a penalty up against Jordan Pickford at Goodison Park. He saves it, and obviously he just becomes charged off the back of that. And he'll be wanting the same again this evening.
He will not want Newcastle to get their first Premier League away win of the season on his watch. It is Everton against Newcastle, the first of our double-header on Saturday Night Football. Next.
Sponsored by Bet365.
Dunkable party food won't stop at M&S. Turkey feast toasties with a rich turkey gravy dip, ham hock, sage and onion stuffing, Emmental cheese. Oh, we've moved on. What are these then? Handmade paella bites, topped with a rich tomato sauce and a whole black tiger prawn. And fish and chips in a salt and vinegar batter with a pea and mint crush and a wooden fork. Classy. This is not just party food. This is M&S Christmas party food.
It's Bet Builder time for Josh. And he goes to great lengths to build his.
Plus shot. That's my gut feeling. Very reliable. I've got some difficult news. I'm betting on us to lose. It's in yours.
Bet Builder. You build it. We give you a free bet every week of the Premier League season and a big boost every day. That's satisfaction from Ladbrokes. Now, a little different.
I told you you don't do dancing.
No snaps. Here's when we keep a radio.
You know you like to move it while you're plastered.
Sam, don't worry.
A secret secret.
Our friendly colleagues are right behind you. Next stop. At the first sign of discomfort, Pepto-Bismol coats and soothes your stomach. Pepto-Bismol. Pink does more than you think.
TerryLee's Black Friday deals have landed. Save up to £300 per booking with a My TerryLees account. Pick from tons of flight options and holiday durations. Get away for less this Black Friday. Offers end Tuesday. TerryLees, at all and out protected.
Get hosted sorted with Black Friday deals on the UK's best broadband technology. Full fibre 100s that can actually handle the extra gust this winter. It's fast, reliable, and only $26.99 a month. We'll even give you up to £300 towards early exit fees. So switch to EE today. Offer ends 11th December.
Sorry.
Shopping online comes with digital threats, so turn on NordVPN. It will help you steer clear of phishing websites and encrypt your online traffic.
DFS Black Friday savings are ending, so come and find your thing. Relax on a Brain Express for $6.99. The Orca bundle for $8.99. Or on Declan Express now with £300 off. All delivered by Christmas. Hurry, savings end Thursday. DFS, what's your thing?
Order now for half time. Gemini, which of these would be a little less expected?
Check out the alliums. They go great with the hydrangeas below.
Will those last till Saturday?
Yes, they should last until Saturday.
Google Pixel 10.
I definitely did not sign up for this.
It's pantomime. You are a button.
Oh, no, I'm not.
by Bet365.
Phil Foden got the quickest goal of the season after just 59 seconds for Manchester City, and he got a late winner for them as well, as they took 3 points at home to Leeds United. Also big wins elsewhere for Sunderland, who got all 3 points at the Stadium of Light, having been 2 goals down against Bournemouth, and Brentford took all 3 points at home to Burnley. 3-1 was the final score there. Remember, you can see all the goals on the Sky Sports app. Quickest way to get there is to scan the QR code that you can see on the screen right now. The first of our games on Saturday Night Football is Everton against Newcastle. And earlier this week, Everton remembered their former player Gary Speed at the anniversary of his death 14 years ago.
And it burst a little bit, but it wasn't burst enough to cause any she's been sent home. She's on strong painkillers and basically got away from the doctor to say about her referral to another department. If you do come to one, you can't be thinking about why I and if you grab on to some
Presents Sky Sports coverage of the Premier League.
Sky Sports.
Tottenham's home form has been patchy so far this season, but they're hoping that they can improve. It's another London derby for them. They're at home to Fulham. Kick-off in that one is at 8 o'clock this evening. Before that, they were at Carl Dickinson Stadium on the banks of the Mersey, where it's Everton against Newcastle United, who are still looking for their first Premier League away win of the season. But Everton, as we know, are buoyed by that unlikely win after going down to 10 men against Manchester United at Old Trafford on Monday night, and they are ready for this one. Well, what do Everton need to do to kind of build on that feel-good factor and get the win against Newcastle?
I think start well. I think everyone knows Newcastle have not had obviously a great away form at the moment. You do want to give them any encouragement. Eddie Howe will obviously want the totally opposite. They'll expect Everton to come out and fast.
Good
The
emphasis.
atmosphere will be loud in there tonight, so hopefully Everton's got a quick start well and take the chance at the game.
I'm Manchester. Good emphasis.
How did they start to get those
In Everton Stadium, good emphasis. Good emphasis. In Everton Stadium. Good emphasis.
A good emphasis. With you for this first commentary of the evening is Andy Hinchcliffe.
43% of Everton shots have come from Everton are unbeaten in last 4 Premier League. Newcastle
Riverside Palace looking to leave here with the goods and finally win away from home in the Premier League.
and around in goal for Newcastle.
Boys and Everton walk back into here through their front door with a spring in their step after their Monday night raid at Old Trafford. On to the teams, and David Moyes is forced into a couple of changes from Monday's historic win at Old Trafford. It's a Mackin, Jordan Pickford, who looks to keep the Geordies out tonight. Jacob Ryan replaces the injured Seamus Coleman at right back. Tim Irikbuen gets the call to step in for the suspended Idrissa Gueye at the heart of Everton's midfield. This trident of trouble looked to cause Newcastle United problems tonight. Kieran Dewsbury Hall with his first right-footed Premier League goal scored Monday's winner. Thierry Barry may not have scored yet, but he is starting to make an impact. He starts again tonight, which means that Beto must again find his time on the bench. Well, Eddie Howe was having some thinking to do over his goalkeeper for tonight, but then it was taken out of his hands. Aaron Ramsdale gets the nod to start his first Premier League game as a Newcastle player. There's no Nick Pope at all. We're told he was injured yesterday. Lewis Hall returns at left back as Newcastle revert to a back four. Lewis Miley starts in midfield with Sandro Tonali given a breather. Harvey Barnes has scored Newcastle's last 4 goals. Anthony Amanda starts his 5th Premier League game for Newcastle. John Ruddy is the backup keeper
attacking threat has been made really good use of as well. No Premier League side has created more open play chances from his left flank than Everton. So Newcastle know where the main danger comes from. Can Memento contain Grealish? Can he stop that being the route by which Everton win the game? And the difference in Newcastle's goals return in their two major competitions is pretty stark. You see, they're more threatening, they're more clinical in Europe than domestically. Harvey Barnes is doing his best to redress that imbalance. 4 goals in his last 3 games. He's their informed attacker, so Jake O'Brien has a real job on keeping him quiet.
So Aaron Ramsdale has got the nod in goal. Victor was injured yesterday. Newcastle's having final training session after this quality groin injury. Coach will head for a spell in the next couple of days, which took that decision out of Eddie Howe's hands. Eddie Howe looking for that elusive away win in the Premier League, so we can all stop talking about it.
I think in Premier League terms, we've got 2 sides here that are short on goals. It's meant to be a tight game, but Everton, come into this on a real high after the form of Man United results and clean sheets.
David Moyes returns. As Everton Moyes, he told the players he wasn't here to fight for survival every season. He was here to try and take this club back into Europe. And right now, Everton are looking up. And right now, league-wise, Everton, a Merseyside's top team, kicking off here tonight against Newcastle United. And as usual here, it is loud. It is chaotic. This new stadium on the river, serving this club well.
And the crowd creates an incredible atmosphere. Expects Everton to start really strongly, step on to Newcastle.
3,000 Geordies have made the journey down from the northeast to Merseyside for this today. There's Baltimore looking to lead the charge forward here for Newcastle. It's Anthony Elanga, and Pickford gets down to make an early save in this contest, a sharp save in this contest.
It's brilliant work from Baltimore. I think we judge strikers on the goals that they score, but their hold-up play, their link play is just as important. It's brilliant for Baltimore, the way he rolls his man and then releases the pass at just the right time. Counter-attack is on. Elanga with his pace, gets in behind the Everton defence, but the shot is fairly tame. As he scuffs it down into the ground, he telegraphs it. Pickford's ready. A strong start from Newcastle on the counter.
Getting involved on his goal line there, and he's beaten to it. It's a blistering start from Newcastle United.
It's 59 seconds for Man City. Might be 55 seconds for Newcastle.
That's a magnificent delivery.
What about Newcastle?
Number 12.
Coming in and dominating, but he just can't get to this ball. Look how flat it is, how pacey it is. All it needs is the slightest touch because there's so much pace on it. It's moving towards the goal as well. And Chow gets there, doesn't try and do too much, just redirects it. It's just down to the quality and the delivery. And once Pickford can't get off his line and get there, Everton in big trouble. What a start from Newcastle.
Less than 2 minutes on the clock, and Newcastle United have announced their arrival on Everton soil. Malik Chow with his first goal for Newcastle United. We know they've led in their last 3 away games and ended up losing those matches this time. And they hold on after making the best possible start. It's Everton who've been making quick starts here, but they have been rocked and shaken early on at Hill Dickinson Stadium.
Everton kicks off with a long forward ball, which Newcastle competed for, ball into Baltimore, and then they turn Everton around. The counter-attack is on. That opportunity, he's passed up with a save from Pickford. It's just, again, they just put a lot of big players in that Everton penalty area. Then you rely on quality delivery. Lewis Miley is a key to the ball in.
Howe said he wanted more goals from set pieces. He's got one tonight as Newcastle look to threaten again. Tarkowski stands his ground. Here's Tino Barry, who's done that job really well in recent weeks. Shrewsbury Hall. Illuminate Chai. Everton looking to respond here.
out Livramento, make it at times 2 against 1.
Well, we thought he might do that, John. Having come on at right back against Marseille during the week, Lewis Smiley and Eddie Howe speaking about how well he played in that position, and he potentially sees him in that position at times going forward.
No matter how good a right back you are defensively against Jack Grealish, you're going to have a problem at times. You do need a bit of help. So it's whether Elanga comes back or whether Miley slides across. You double up on Grealish. I just wonder whether Jordan Pickford at this time again will come and try and get to this. There's so many bodies in between, him and the ball. He just doesn't move. You have to credit Lewis Smiley with the delivery, flat and pacey. That's why I was taught within swinging corners, make it really difficult for the goalkeeper to come and affect it. If there's pace on it and it's moving towards the target, all it needs is a touch.
Staring into the eyes of the Geordies at the other end of the pitch. The Newcastle fans celebrating, scoring a goal past Jordan Pickford. Seconds when Malik Chow struck for Newcastle the fastest goal in the Premier League so far this season, just about edging out Phil Foden from earlier today.
It was really brave from Newcastle, expecting a strong start from Everton. They did put that long forward ball. As Newcastle dealt with it, got it into Baltimore, they sprung forward and got the set piece. They fancied their chances.
It's gone. O'Brien.
So that disciplined Newcastle defensive shape, very much a 4-5-1 to keep Everton playing across the face of them, getting in behind them, he crosses it.
Walking Grealish to look out here, O'Brien stumbles at the wrong time. So they go right time. Tamada giving chase to this. He's after it. Taking the ball well. Sinjai. Just cut out.
Tamada started the game really well. He's holding the ball up, he's been strong, he's keeping big centre halves at bay, and he's making intelligent forward runs. He did there. The timing of that run was perfect. It's a high defensive line with Everton. He's looking to spin in behind them.
Yeah, let's give that a bit of a breather against Marseille in the Champions League on Tuesday. Tamada. By Malik Chow. Plenty of time here for Livramento to take that on the turn. Livramento again. That forces another Newcastle corner.
I see this a lot with right back stepping into midfield, exactly what Livramento did there. That means his centre half Chow can pick him out by zipping that ball into the middle of the park, and he's in between the Everton lines.
Everton have only conceded from a couple of set pieces coming into this tonight. They've been hit by one now in this game. Saul is lining this one up for Newcastle. Moving inside the box, but towards that near post.
Nicola actually left that at the near post, thinking he was going out of play, and Newcastle managed to keep it alive.
Forward by Ramsdale, Joe Linton. Harvey Barnes demanding it. Harvey Barnes gets it, it deflects. Bright start here from Newcastle United.
I just wonder how important this challenge, this block for Michael Keane could prove to be. Really sharp Newcastle. Harvey Barnes becoming the centre forward, drifting in from that left-hand side, but he just gets across in time, Michael Keane, to get something on the goal-bound shot.
Corner kick for Newcastle, dropped right on top of Jordan Pickford, who gets fingertips to it. Only a free kick for Everton.
Understanding looking to put a lot of pace and whip on the ball, which just slightly overhit. Enables Pickford to get a glove on it. He's been fouled as well. He's been jostled at his near post.
He has been tested in the opening stages here. That's Jordan Pickford. Goes Lebanon Jai, faced by Hall. There's just a room of space here, delivers the cross out ahead of Thierry Barry and swept from behind by Livramento.
That's the type of position they want Thierry Barry in, 6'5", you want him attacking the ball on the edge of the 6-yard box, just over here.
Everton are not hanging around as they try and take the quick corner. Duels, Thierry Barry against Manchester United on Monday, 14 in total, highest yet any single Premier League player this season. He's waiting in the middle again here as Mikalenko prepares to launch this. Gibberish. There'll be something on the counter-attack. Keen to win that ball back for Everton. Across from Mikalenko. Tarkowski's forward here. It's Keane in the place. The two centre-backs combining there for Everton. And it will be a corner.
That's great awareness from Tarkowski. Just there was a little hit and hope really from Mikalenko. He's actually picked out his man. Tarkowski knows he can't score from there, so he just tries to keep it alive. It's difficult because it's a bouncing ball. So he's then trying to get over it, keep it down, keep it on target. He does a pretty good job. It's an important block.
He's probably known as the best finisher at the club, is Michael Keane. In the middle there, Keane goes down, Barry gets his head on it, but it's over the top.
That's a difficult chance, he's moving away from the target. It's a standing jump, really needs that ball out in front of him so he can step onto it. And power it home, he's moving backwards, he's under pressure as well, it's not easy. He's the biggest player in the penalty area, so he's going to get to the ball, but he just couldn't keep it down.
Keane had a bit of an appeal there, he thought he was being held by Joe Linton, his shirt being held. Cleared.
There's been a few complaints from some players. Joe Linton has actually got caught alongside of his man. Keane makes a bit of a meal of it in the end, but Joe Linton does grab his shirt. It's risky doing that.
Barry rising with Danburn. Here's Dewsbury Hall. Ghana. It's Mikalenko. Finding Eric Buda. Grealish. Grealish has gone for the return. He's got the return from Ghana. It's Jack Grealish. Dewsbury Hall set up for now. Now it's Ghana. Trying to pick out the top corner, but couldn't find it. It is better from Everton. They found their feet here.
Still kicks it out.
Jack Grealish gets the ball. He has Livramento and Lewis Marley around him. Lewis Marley seems to be doing that job and backing up Livramento at left back this evening. It's playing out right now.
That's the three Newcastle defenders around Grealish there. He managed to get the ball back to Grealish. It was very early in the game, a classic away performance so far from Newcastle in terms of very little of the ball, but plenty of threat to feel though. Everton just starting to get a foothold, starting to force Newcastle back into the ball.
Jai is cut out by Elanga and Newcastle look to spring into action again, but not for long. Though Tiny's up. Pickford picks out Grealish.
That's Lewis Marley's position there. Livramento a step forward to Marley, just drifted across, got tight to Grealish, forced him backwards.
O'Brien. There's Barry. At the moment is Barry. He'll need a little bit of help. Surviving now in the form of O'Brien. There's Garner. Growing influence in this Everton team, James Garner. There's Grealish.
Did it just sleep? Eh?
Pushed all the way by Livramento. That is man for man marking. There's a little bit of jarring.
Sleep last night. Yeah. That's
One seed so far.
Eh?
Competitive games by Tottenham. On the back foot here right now. That's that early goal from Malik Chow. They have responded well. Stepping infield. Wins the free kick.
Everton need to move that ball a little bit quicker and play a bit sharper because it's 4-5-1 defensive for Newcastle and they're not really getting moved around.
Gimenez are the two most fouled players in the Premier League. Space here for Jack Grealish. It's Grealish. Baltimore was doing the defending. Elanga. There's Tarkowski. Now Garner. Mikalenko. Giants. Bursting forward and puts the ball to Lada. Set around the German striker. The voices right now which are filling the air at the side of the Mersey. Looking to win back-to-back Premier League games for the first time this season. At home, no problems. Away from home, big problems. And there's Thierry Barry. Again to Jack Grealish. Grealish looking for Keelan Dewsbury Hall. And once again, down there and steps across and deals with the danger.
It's not easy for a centre-half to deal with an on-rushing midfielder because he's not really your man. He becomes your man when he makes the run. Dewsbury Hall steps across brilliantly, but sharper, more incisive football from Everton.
There can be a threat, a real threats from these kind of situations. Sent in by Garner. It's shot now to Jack Grealish, who's quickly surrounded. Dewsbury Hall. Now Garner again. He's ball in. Dewsbury Hall having control. He picks up Mikalenko.
Dominant style from Everton here, clenching the ball, but again the ball into dangerous areas, the final third. To get to the pitch, having the ball is one thing, it's where you need to get it to get back in the game.
By Mikalenko. Takes charge just in front of Barry. There's Hall, who's quickly hunted down by Tarkowski. No way out for Newcastle right now. James Tarkowski, here in Boonen, to Garner. Dewsbury Hall. Grealish tries to pick up the baton. Elanga doing the defending that time. Everton get the throw. Grealish takes it quickly. The assistant referee is now giving the throw Newcastle's way.
It's impressive work from Jack Grealish. Each of his way there, the Everton players. Just around here. Seemed to play the ball off Elanga. It should have been an Everton throw.
Well, the referee indicated Everton throw, but the assistant on this near side, Lee Betts, disagreed.
take a breath here because they're seriously under the cosh. Everton dominating the game, forced them to do a lot of defending. So Eddie Howe can maybe just have a word with his players and try and settle them down. They need to get back on the ball. Well, how was this for starters for Newcastle? It's quality delivery, flat pacing, and then the movement of Chow as well starts beyond the far post, moves across that defensive line. So he's not picked up. He gets to the ball first with the quality on the delivery. Very little chance for Everton to clear the lines. Well, Eddie Howe is trying to find a cure for this travel sickness, which Newcastle have been suffering from. With Chow, though, has put them in front with the fastest Premier League goal of the season so far. But in recent times, the third game of their three-game weeks have been away from home, which means less time obviously at home and also on the training ground with the travel, which Eddie Howe feels could be a bit of an issue. They actually stayed at home last night and came down here this morning. Back from Marseille, back in their beds around about 4 in the morning after the Champions League defeat in the south of France. But they are trying to find a cure for these problems they are having right now on the road, albeit they're ahead here. Joe Linton waits to come back on. There's Grealish. Mikalenko's ball in. Elanga looking to charge upfield again for Newcastle United. Joe Linton is back on the pitch. That's what Everton and Mikalenko have to guard against. He wants to get forward and support Jack Grealish, but when the ball is lost, the pace of Anthony Elanga running back into that space that the left back has left. That's a good defensive work again from Jack Grealish. Realised that Mikalenko was caught with the pitch, so he dropped back and he forced Elanga across the pitch and forced him into a hurried pass. Well, one thing that really impressed David Moyes on Monday night, one of many things, was the fact that his creative players, his flair players, sacrificed that side of the game to help out defensively. They needed to with the 10 men against Manchester United. But the fact that they were switched on and did that job really impressed David Moyes. It can be difficult to impress. There's Grealish. You can see the run of Dewsbury Hall. Eric Buna. Away from Byrne. He's doing a lot of defending. He's back in his own penalty area. Rice as well. He's trying to read the cross and block it. Dewsbury Hall making runs from deep between the centre halves is causing Newcastle a lot of problems. Elanga. Struggled to find his feet at Newcastle. Anthony Elanga got in competition in those wide areas too, but Eddie Howe feels he is now just beginning to settle down. New club, new way of playing. Elanga getting his chance from the off tonight. Ramsdale. A bit of pressure from Guimaraes. There's Livramento. Nicely away from Keane. Baltamada. Now Byrne. There's Joe Linton. Finally. Guimaraes. To thread that ball through for Harvey Barnes, and O'Brien having to take evasive action. It's a bit too easy for Newcastle to tiptoe through Everton's central midfield there. The forward ball is not a good one eventually, but Jacob Bryan is expecting his goalkeeper to come and deal with this. He's actually waiting for Pickford, who's never going to come and deal with it. So Bryan just has to do the next best thing and put it out for a corner. Once again, it's Lewis Miley, who's in swinging corner, led to Newcastle's goal. Who
spots this one up. Malik Chow once again waits at the far post. Now he moves towards the near post again. Barry amongst those rising behind him was Tarkovsky.
What minute that on?
The ball again from Ryan. It's not a bad one. There's just a less pace on that delivery.
Elanga, Livramento's on the outside. Elanga doesn't need him. Away by Keane. Here is Livramento. Harvey Barnes. Livramento again. It's Miley! It's
2-0. No away win all season for Newcastle. Look to get their first away win now.
coursing through his veins. And he's given Newcastle United breathing space here. Pickford doing it again.
Well, Lewis Miley creating one scoreboard, but Dan Burn deserves an awful lot of credit here because there's a wild swipe at the ball from Livramento. It's way off target, but Dan Burn manages to stick out a
That's the first time ever.
It's so poor, Raboon, and he should be dealing with that, should be clearing your lines.
First time.
Back to Livramento, he smashes it goals. What's Dan Burn? He goes wide. That could easily have gone out for a goal kick. He didn't because he sticks out a boot. Ball's kindly limited to Lewis Miley. Still, he's got a bit of work to do, but he does the right thing. Concentrates on decent contact, keep it on target. Once that ball bounces, it's difficult for Pickford, but it's right at him. I know that he sees it slightly late, but it just doesn't react. Looks like he's trying to bat that ball away rather than collect it. It's poor from the Everton goalkeeper.
Well, he normally raises his game when Newcastle United are in town, Jordan Pickford. But the discussion goes on between he and James Tarkovsky. David Moyes, Everton have a long, long way back here.
It's a have a goal for Everton. 1-0 down, they were dominating the game, they were getting the ball forward. Newcastle were pinned in. Second goal, that's a huge cushion for the away team now.
Livramento shot was flying towards Newcastle before Burr managed to somehow keep it alive and come up with that assist.
I'm sure Livramento will be claiming an assist to the assistant. Great with access.
The world to Lewis Miley in a Newcastle United shirt, a Newcastle fan. Stanley. He has put Newcastle United 2 goals up here on the banks of the Mersey. Newcastle are looking for more here. Voltemada. It's Barnes who finds Joe Linton. Linton. Is this the night that Newcastle finally do it? Finally win away from home in the Premier League. Still plenty of time to be played here. They have relinquished 1-goal leads away from home of late, but they're 2 up as we approach the half-hour mark. It's Harvey Barnes.
Second Newcastle goal comes against the run of play. Everton were dominating, playing the game in the areas they wanted to. And away team, it's all about being clinical. You don't expect to dominate the ball. You expect to have more chances than the home team. But when they come along, can you take them? Newcastle have.
Newcastle putting through the midfield area of Everton, of course, as we know. Everton are without Idrissa Gueye. Suspended for 3 games, and it's Hall who's making his way forward here. And that clips off the top of the crossbar bar in deflection.
Oh, Newcastle, their confidence is coursing through. The 2 forwards, look how high up the pitch Livramento and Hall are. But 2-0 up away from home and expect them maybe to be really conservative, sit deep. Neither of them are. Anyhow, 0-0, 2-0, doesn't matter. You have the ball and you can step into dangerous areas, do it. Crossbar and he saves Everton. We're going 3 down. Could be game over if that drops in.
Time it's Keane and Pickford having words with each other. But Newcastle look a threat every time they move forward here. It's the far post and Elanga will try and keep Newcastle on the front foot, but Everton have got the free kick.
The second ball is really deflated. fans as well suddenly gone very quiet again. It's because the nature of that second goal just coming against the run of play. Everton fans weren't expecting it at all. Jordan Pickford looking for a way out here. Where he looks, there was a Newcastle player marking one in royal blue. This Everton team have chances. We saw that at Old Trafford, but they're really going to have to dig deep here to turn it around. Let's go. Grealish. Ball again from Jack Grealish, looking to pick out Barry, who's seen off by Danburn. That's such an experienced defender from Danburn. If you saw with Dewsbury Hall earlier, he just reads the game so well. That's experience, and that's how to defend without playing the ball. It's a brilliant pass from Grealish. It's a decent forward run from Barry. Once the ball gets away from him, Danburn is in the perfect defensive position to let the ball run out of play. Ryan and Jordan Pickford just communicating with each other. And the block looks convincing at the back here. To see that early goal looks to have cleared their heads and were the dominant side in the game. So Newcastle go forward. So we're really nervous. Absence of Idrissa Gueye. Everton's two central midfielders here tonight, James Garner and Tim Berry-Boomen, are both walking away from a fan themselves.
5. Yeah. Better than mine.
Grealish having the stretch. There's Keane.
Wednesday. What do I need to do?
Off the ball shape of 4-5.
Smash this up.
Berry-Boomen. O'Brien. On the cross on the cover. For the first time tonight. That's Everton to try and cause some mischief. Tierno Barry. That's just the way his look is going right now in front of goal. Tierno Barry. Quite take the ball with him. He was trying to step over the ball to let it run through his legs and out in front of him. And just like nothing. Right for him. Crashed over place the other part of his game, Tierno Barry. Just to life in the Premier League, which is miles away from life in the Liga. Dewsbury Hall. Grealish. A little bit of Jai. Grealish continued his run. Which eventually did. Again, it comes to nothing for Everton. Tino Livramento to gather forward here. Newcastle ball scores, of course, will take the glory in the opening half an hour or so, but on the ball now, Dan Burn has been defensively outstanding for them. Fabian Schär on the Newcastle bench tonight. Botman has an injury issue too. It's a well-stocked department at the back for Newcastle. Champs been a revelation so far this season. It's he who's struck the first. Newcastle have since built for that second goal from Miley as Fabian Schär watches on from the Newcastle bench. Livramento in a pocket of space in a central area again. Alanga. Miley's made the run here. Miley delivers the cross. Away by O'Brien, but they worked that well. Newcastle. Miley running off the back of Berry-Boomen. So He's trying to pick out Baltamada here and just slightly overdoes it. The idea is right. Just digs that ball up for the centre forward, just slightly overhits it. Malik Chow, that perfect crossfield ball. Gibberish. Barnes moves up the gears. Stopped well by O'Brien. Barry needs to protect the ball for Everton. He did it well and eliminated Chai. Too bad to keep the ball in play. Barry again. No way past Bruno Gibberish, who celebrates winning that challenge. Again, he'll be delighted, of course, with the 2-0 lead, but the way his team have controlled the game since going 2-0 up, they dominated the ball. Everton feel a bit shell-shocked, but Newcastle in control of the game. That's exactly what you want. After going 2-0 up, can you get back on the ball and not allow Everton to get any momentum? Mikalenko. Dewsbury Hall, probably surrounded. Doesn't get the free kick he was looking for. It's Hall. Trying to release Harvey Barnes. O'Brien in the way. It's a high defensive line at times Everton play with, so there's the opportunity there for Baltamada or Barnes to get in behind with a decent forward ball. Drop that defensive line back a bit at times this season, Everton, with no Jared Branthwaite. Mikalenko to Grealish. O'Brien. Spotted the one of Keane and Dewsbury Hall. Being watched by Byrne. Get themselves out of a tight spot. Byrne's reading of the game has been outstanding so far. He's got to make the last ditch tackles. He's always in the right position to pick the ball off. Livramento looking for Baltamada. Kowski slides in, likewise Miley. There's Ghana. Mikalenko for Grealish. Ghana. He's looking to try and probe again. There's Eric Bruno.
They got thrust away in 6 of this inning.
Ghana. Eric Bruno again. Pointing to where he wanted it.
Way too close to two.
Livramento and Miley once again taking care of business for the visitors. Just trying to force the issue going forward there. It's just a bit of frustration because the way that Newcastle set up defensively there. To really play sharper football and more incisive, and just dropped off. The tempo's dropped from Everton.
And then they got Burnham's to
I think the boys just want Everton to become a more possession-based team. Holding team under his reign. Grealish and Njai and Dewsbury Hall. Major parts of that planning going forward. Also wants more goals, just the 13 so far this season. Coming in to this round of games, only Wolves and Leeds had scored fewer. Goal scoring centre forward, they're really relying on. Newcastle are standing their ground here. There's a looking to try and open them up. Away by Livramento. This is key. Eric Bruno. Mikalenko and a hitting cross. Livramento.
Eric Boonham again.
Oops.
Building their base camp just outside the Newcastle box. Eric Boonham. Mikalenko. Now it's Ghana. Dewsbury Hall trying to smuggle that through to Grealish. Eric Boonham. There's Grealish. He's had to adjust his position about 5 or 6 times during this, waiting for the ball to come his way inside the box.
Plenty of ball from Everton. It's all across the face of that Newcastle defence. And Ramsdale hasn't had a save to make in what, nearly 40 minutes.
Eric Boonham. Mikalenko. Now Ghana. Mikalenko again. Rumbles of discontent from the Evertonians around us. Just in the ball into the box that time.
So hot. I always make it so hot. But sometimes you get sweaty. I'm not sweaty yet. No. No. Ah! I thought you burned me. Five new. That you or that at Spurs you were champ 25. Who's that name? Who's that name?
What?
That name.
The Spurs.
What's his name?
What?
What's his name?
That's me, crap.
That you? With that writing?
Yes, that's my new YouTube channel. I renamed it.
And whose name is that?
That's Tony, you know, Tony. The boy. Yeah, so how to do so.
What name did you put there?
The Spurs and stuff.
In that black writing?
Spurs and stuff. It says it there.
At Spurs you were champ.
European champions have won the Europa League. They're not going to win it again, right? It's not even in it, but you know, we'll win it again anyway.
You won the Euro champ.
Yeah.
What's Euro champ?
Euro champions. We won the Europa League with that.
When
European champions.
When was that?
In May. You know, they won the Europa League in May. Look back here behind you. The trophy.
Was that last season?
No, last season we won the Europa League. It was the 17th. We finished here. That's where we were. But did we care? No, because we won the Europa League. I don't know win some. But tonight, we'll go here. Bye-bye to Palace. How did we go down? We'll go here.
You have 19, 20, same points as Aston Villa. Hello, Tony. How? What was his? What's his son name?
We don't have kids.
He doesn't have kids. What's his name? Niece and nephew.
We don't have kids. Leo.
Yeah, you only have one niece and nephew. Is it his niece or nephew?
His nephew is a boy, Leo.
And he doesn't have a niece though. What's his niece?
I don't know that names. Oh, Leo. Hello, Tony. How's Leo doing? I asked him earlier. He said it's been the same number of shit. And how's your dog doing? And how's Kent doing? Kent. Oh, it's 3-0 to Newcastle. And your first away win for Newcastle seems to be happening now. Everton are being ripped apart. It could be their first hammer. First thrashing of the Newcastle. Maybe double. DUBBO. What's that mean? Don't know. I don't. Gordon injured. Is Gordon injured for Newcastle? Hi Terry. Leo's sweet. He's playing what? Don't know what he's playing. Hi Terry. Leo's sweet. He's playing still. A Brian. What on Roblox all day. What do you think your team going to do with Man United tomorrow? Two at half time. Harry. Yeah. What's your favourite job? What job? Everton's fast to finish at half time. Favorite job. Super some deep build up. West Ham 10, Liverpool 1. Villa will beat Wolves. Peppers 2. Not first. Brighton. Peppers 2. And Chelsea Arsenal 3-4. To be fair, if you do beat Chelsea, considering Palace, well, 30, 31, 32. If we get to 32 points, then Man City need to get to 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. We beat 7 points clear. Villa beat. Who they got? Wolves. And you lose. You beat Chelsea. You beat Chelsea. And Palace beat them. If we beat Chelsea, then Aston will go. The Aston Villa will be third. And Palace will be fifth. I think Chelsea's goal difference is better than Palace. Fifth. 5 up. Let's show you. Oh. Half time. First half to forget. For Everton. 15-12 goal difference. Chelsea. 7 Palace. So, to go above Chelsea, goal difference, Palace needs to beat Manchester United. 7. I think particularly see that. If Everton if Everton can beat United, please smash them. If Everton can beat United, Palace should smash them. True. Help. Bins. Where we go? The bin. Bins lila. Karakter. Sushi. This is smells nice. Newcastle.
Huh?
Radio Newcastle. I haven't changed the school. Radio Newcastle. Radio Newcastle. Above Everton. No, first.
Football prediction.
Oh yeah, we've added a couple more people that I've made friends with on social
Yeah.
media.
So Leo, what's Brighton?
He's a Brighton spiller.
Is it Brighton?
Brighton.
I didn't know he was a Brighton.
You don't know that, do you?
Yeah. Tony's nephew.
It's not him.
That's not him. It's a
Oh,
staff.
Huh?
It's a staff.
No, that's someone that Ben knows is Snapchat.
And there's 2 million. Tony's nephew and there's
It's not
different one.
Tony's nephew, it's only the Palace guy.
What? I think there's Tony's nephew's.
It's still bloody Palace.
He's Christopher's as well. I bet then his nieces.
Everyone, they're all Palace.
All his family. Palace.
Yes, they are from South London.
Yeah.
Not normal junctions, been there before. Nice guy.
He's Liverpool. And he's Liverpool. 3 star Liverpool. Man.
Yeah, we got this.
So 1, 2, 3. 3 teams are Liverpool. And the bet that one. It's got a question mark.
I don't know who she is.
Newcastle well in front at half-time at Hill Dickinson Stadium, and the goal came almost straight from kickoff. Certainly the corner came straight from kickoff. Just within 20 seconds, Newcastle had a shot.
2 teams are Chelsea.
Yeah, well, I think obviously the plan is to open into Newcastle's half and win the second balls. He probably don't compete as well as he wants to, and then I think it's the reason that he was playing the team. His counter-attacking pace is one of the quickest in the Premier League, and obviously has the shot, and before you know it, fantastic corner in. Got some big boys in there. Yeah, he manages to get across. It's not too dissimilar to the goal he conceded against Spurs there a few weeks back. So I'm sure they'll have done the homework and
Newcastle on top in the first half. Everton
So what happened to you?
The assist for the goal, the opening goal from that corner. And then here, just finding himself sort of on the edge of the box, lurking, waiting.
Have an update on that tickle.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that in more detail after the game as well, and later on this evening. And then it was 3-0. It's just we'll look at how the chance was conceded, but what a lovely finish from Nick.
It shows us his charisma and his character. He scored a little flick, a cheeky one earlier on in the season. But, you know, so preventable. The ball is in no danger. We've got to deal with the ball earlier on. But, you know, talk about composure. Nice assist, obviously, again from the line goal on the counter attack. Much composure just to offload the left goal on play. You can see his cheeky smile in the celebration.
Yeah, so it's a comprehensive lead for Newcastle at the break at Hilton Stadium. They haven't officially won a Premier League game away from home yet, but they are back on two.
If people's postcode lottery is December blues, you and your neighbours could win a share of
Yes, British winning time is back. Reservation prepared is in the drawing. Our biggest ever prize points.
absolutely any door can enter.
Sign up yours before midnight tomorrow.
A share of £38.2 million must be won, but only if your door is in the door. This Black Friday at Curry's, every deal is at. Save £400 on the Asus ZenBook A14 Copilot Plus PC with a Snapdragon X processor, now $599. Save up to £150 on Dyson vacuums. This V8 Advanced has up to 40 minutes of fade-free suction, only $198. Save up to £100 on these LG QLED TVs from $329. Free delivery on 55-inch and above. At Curry's.
We all love a bargain. Like these flatmates who switch to Vodafone, now paying less for their full fibre broadband, which means they can still stream 2 shows at the same time. But for less, still gaming with mates, but for less. It's easy to switch to reliable full fibre broadband for less from Vodafone.
Second class Bulgarian, really juicy corn pieces, artificial ingredients.
Is that why we're making?
That's right, because we have just like this high protein corn it's used in spicy noodles. It's so tasty, you choose the alternative.
All the rules of love, eating. The Grinch from his bed started plotting. He thought to himself, how could I ruin Christmas Eve? They'll truly despise gherkin seasoning on fries. They're all in for shocks, and I stitch them hot socks. So if you want to experience the Grinch's new meal, you can head to McDonald's and show him how you feel.
Leave memories behind with new Corn Seasoning Pro Plus.
this is a tough one. I think your job as a defender is to try and keep the ball away from your goalkeeper as much as you can. But I think Jordan alludes to the fact that his side's slightly, obviously obscured by Tarkowski there. But I think Tarkowski's part of his job. I think over the course of the last few seasons he's been there, making good blocking.
The last 3 seasons he's made me watch for
Well, there you go. So you sort of damn if you do, damn if you don't. Obviously, Jordan, once he sees that game, will expect to say he's probably looking for a bit of reassurance. It wasn't totally his fault, but let's be honest, that goal should have gone in. But that's some of Everton's first half. There have been occasions in pretty much every single goal where they probably could have been a bit cleaner, could have been a bit tidier, and not give the chance away. But 3-0 down, and I'll be right and sound.
The last 3 away games for Newcastle have been in front, and they've gone on to lose all the game. But this time round, with that 3-0 advantage, it looks comfortable. Everton have made a change. Timo is off, Alcaraz is on. Your thoughts, is it?
Yeah, I think something needed to change for Everton. It would have been some team talk from David Moyes if Everton are going to come back and win this. You know what he said there about Newcastle's away record. But Newcastle is so dominant, so intense with the ball. You know, players getting forward, Elanga. I think Lewis Miley's been excellent as well, and Alcaraz. We think will probably go into sort of 10 role, and people will might be a little bit deeper to try and link play with Ghana. But yeah, Everton need a big second role.
Let's head back to Hill Dickinson Stadium and your commentary team, Andy Hinchcliffe and Gary Weaver.
Yes, thank you, Kelly. Confirmation of Carlos Alcaraz coming on. And the way everything is set up right now, it doesn't look like he'll just be on. Dropping into that more deeper position where he dropped into. Leeds must against Manchester United on Monday night. Newcastle, Eddie Howe says they've got to deal with dropping competitions, the Premier League and the Champions League and the League Cup. Do it successfully on a consistent basis. Only then will they be considered a top team. Clinical first capitalised on the Everton defensive error. David Moyes had to make a change to remove him in a couple of errors in that first half. You have to send on an attacking player in Alcaraz. James Garner's deep is key on the takeaway. Balls forward, running is so effective and doesn't really need that to see just how deep he was. Yeah, some of those runs did cause Newcastle problems in that first half. Now closer to those Newcastle fans over there. It's been an excellent form the last few years when facing Newcastle United. It was a big game for him. Solid fan through and through. He was beaten 3 times in that first half. The second one in particular was bouncing through him. Concerned that think about David Moyes. He's in a good position. Good way to get away with a mistake for the goalkeeper. Let's read it. Slide hands in the back of the net. How will Everton respond? Just the one seed, then you home in a competitive fixture so far with Tottenham K by 3-0. Celebrating Chai, attacking a huge sandstand end of this place in the second half. Corner's ball in, so he takes charge. That's slightly more patient, killing. Desperately get a goal back in the first 5 minutes. Just lumping low forward balls like that, just playing into Newcastle sounds. You've seen a pattern again with 4-5-1 defensive shape for Newcastle and Everton being asked to break it down. And so far, really struggled to create quality chances. By Dan Burn, who again, when called upon, was excellent in the first half defensively for Newcastle. O'Brien over Ilimanencha. Well, take that time by Burn. Sierenchai. Passing it to Mikalenko, who's back on his feet now. Ramsdale looks to pick out Zabanga.
Look.
Yesterday, the Owls want to go back to the state changing goalkeepers. So ultimately it was to his hands. It's opened up for him as he tries to keep his foot in. Thierry Barry. Now we're on Njai. Njai, and the first bit of work for Ramsdale. This is a strike on target. It's savable.
I'm not sure.
That's an 8 again.
Last season.
Is that all you had?
Yeah.
Table right now. Newcastle starting the day 3 points behind Everton.
6. 6 grand. 6 grand. Yeah. That's it. Oh gosh. Yeah, it didn't. A hat trick for Georgia Stanley. I think we are. I was going to take this. I really wanted to go.
And then the next game on Tuesday gets Ghana.
Hello. 6. I was going to take
First
this,
goal was Beth Mead got 2, and then 9 Hemp got 1, Georgia Stanley got 1, and she got another, and she scored again. She got 2.
Everton just spat the crossbar. I was going to take this again, but I checked.
Was that at Wembley?
And it's Tottenham played at 8. And it's in the dark. And it's like, we ain't going to get home till about 8:30. It's too late. It's Tottenham. I chose not to take. But I have got a surprise on Monday, the 9th of March. The day after
What surprise is that?
If I tell you now, it won't be a surprise. Take it special for your hearts.
Says no. Wins the flick.
It won't be a surprise. So take it.
It's Walter Marner.
Hold up.
You do that at times. It's difficult to keep it down, keep it on target.
Isn't it? They were all playing.
That's their Martin to keep that out. Just needs to keep that down slightly. Then no chance of that.
But we are going around the league in June. The live stream
Against that.
game. The standouts the live stream at something.
That shed June. Sees that.
Sick.
That's it. That one's Saturday.
Yes, big point stands.
Top of Jacob Ryan. Does well, he just stays big, doesn't look to ground. It's against Barnes. Once big comes out on top. It's being serenaded by 3,000 Geordies here right now, Ollie Barnes. Look how plenty more back in Newcastle.
Where's my nags? Past till 4 o'clock. Not 12, it's Friday. Past till 4 o'clock. Usually it's 5 o'clock. I'll leave at 4:30 to get home for 5 o'clock to watch World Cup. It's 4-0 Newcastle. Everton being ripped apart here.
Looks good.
We both said 3-2 Everton.
Demolished in their own backyard. Newcastle Lewis is having a huge effect on this game. Miley and Hall, outstanding for the younger players. Taking out Robin Evertonian, enjoying himself here right now. Dewsbury Hall's cross over the head of Tarkowski in the middle. Sitting next to the boys right now, and they're as well that job. On the outside bench, but he will be furious. As soon as that Man United has been full of clean sheet, Man United 10 men clean sheet. And at home, it's this game full of belief. Well, you know it, third hour is even played to cool them down. So, heading out of here already. Heading back into the city centre, no doubt. Just up the road. With a bit of sorting out to do. Newcastle 2-0 up, then they went 3-0 up, whether the score a little bit went from the post. They've got teams there, the way they've coached the game has been outstanding.
Away. Like a big press. Like a big press. Now against 5th. If Wrexham do win, they were 27, 28, 29. If they reach 29 points, same points as Bristol City.
Millwall got Bristol City.
Huh?
Millwall Bristol City to be a really good game.
You Preston away.
So that's another relegated playoff contender.
Oh, he's going to leave today. That's what I was
I know.
And he's going to be the next camp mate to leave in Bristol to get him out of here next.
I know. What do you
I think there's 11 people left now.
do? Do you want to watch it live, or do you want to watch it when you get home? Because we have a massive lot of levels. What do you want to do?
Watch it when I get home. Probably watch it when I get home.
What's something beforehand, yes? Be live.
Newcastle fans. Scabbett, and he's playing on Monday in the Scabbett Championship. He's playing on Monday in the Scabbett Championship on Monday.
Don't. Don't. Go Wembley. Go to it might be in the Carabao Cup. I can't take that because
We get him.
Arsenal fan and it's on the Saturday.
On courtesy to beat Chelsea.
Oh,
They got one back. 4-1.
they've got one back. Barry.
Oh, that's his first goal.
Oh, it's going to be a mighty comeback now. I believe it changed the score for 17.
Let's make it.
Oh, maybe not. Handball. Maybe not. Handball. He might not get his first ever.
After review, Everton 11, commits an accidental handball before the goal is scored. The final decision is to cancel the goal and award a direct free kick to Newcastle.
No goal.
Right
Handball.
now, Thierry Barry thought he'd scored his first goal for Everton, but it is ruled out.
Sadly, is the correct decision. The first time down Burn, positioning's been suspect.
Sorry.
First strike his arm, and that is the law. Sadly, you can't benefit directly from it. Again, he's a player. I think everybody wants to score his first Everton goal. He's got to pick himself up. That's mentally really tough to take.
Well, he admits he's had a tough time here so far, Thierry Barry. When the Evertonians applauded him and sang his name as he left the pitch here against Fulham a few weeks ago, he couldn't quite believe it. And it really gave him a lift. So we'll get to that just ahead of Harvey Barnes. It's taken him a while to find his feet at Basel. Thierry Barry, around about 6 months. He scored his first 18 league games for Basel in Switzerland. He went on a run after that. Thought he'd scored here, but that ruled out. Belanga. Joe Linton.
So for some first
There's Miley. Change on the way shortly for Newcastle. Jacob Ramsey.
So for some faces legendary.
Joe Willock will also be coming on shortly for Newcastle.
So small.
And Barnes. Delanga.
Don't know what they did. So for see face legendary. FA Cup second round. Huh? That's why is it so smooth? Still can't say what date.
I didn't bloody write it. 2-2.
That's why it's so smooth. It's just impressive the date. Up the place. So smooth. It's so smooth. I didn't the date.
Gene. Now Tarkovsky. Next up for Newcastle, a home game against Tottenham this coming week. Everton go to Bournemouth, where they will have to try and recover from this. Carras to Garner. Tarkovsky. Dewsbury Hall have made the offer. Dewsbury Hall gets to it. It's brilliant from Kieran Dewsbury Hall.
And Everton do have a goal. I'm pretty certain that goal will stand.
Fantastic run, fantastic football.
And if that handball goal stood, it would be 4-2. It would be really interesting.
This is quite remarkable. Just makes that late run. Defenders don't deal with him. Let them a ball. To take that ball down in between the centre half and fullback is outstanding. And then to get your bearings and finish it, quite wonderful. That's why you want him in advanced positions. Just a bit of complacency, a bit of ball from the Newcastle defence, but take nothing away from Dewsbury Hall. That is a magnificent piece of control and composed finishing.
Everton make an impact on the scoreboard. Here's the double change now from Newcastle. Joe Willock is coming on. Likewise,
So,
Ramsey. The two to make way are Anthony Elanga and Harvey Barnes.
that's midweek.
Ramsey on Joe Willock on. Joe Willock, who was very much down the pecking order too long ago. So his chance in the League Cup make an impact. He is on here looking to make an impact again.
What's that? Funny.
We're down to 13.
And a 2.
Nice
It's
cross.
7.
To the punch. Goal is the outcome.
Well in the far post, presumably just trying to keep this ball alive. Feels as he actually head it onto the defender, onto Jow, that's what he's claiming. Complacency creeping into this Newcastle performance. Bruno Guimaraes and Dan Burn might have a word with the players and say, look, we conceded, don't let Everton get a quick second, because then we might have a bit of a job on. We need to be better.
For us a second, those who headed out of here and down the dock road will be sprinting back here. Alcaraz. Njai. There's Barry again. Alcaraz once more.
Yes, Junior to see.
Njai.
He is fouled.
Heading off to the African Cup of Nations, Oliver Njai. Otherwise, Idrissa Gueye as well. Would be a huge miss for Everton. Baltamada.
Played tomorrow. Arsenal Chelsea.
To send him off, give him a 3-game ban for that. I know the rules are, but I just think that is incredibly harsh.
Everton trying to appeal it, but we're told no. Tottenham against Fulham follows this game here. Saturday night football, kick-off 8 o'clock. Redval and Gray have retained their places in the Tottenham team.
Oh,
The match against
Hello, Junior.
again here. Baltamada once again was waiting in the middle.
And hello, and then hello, Tony. No, Arsenal's got to beat Chelsea.
Lewis Hall in front of the Geordies who adore him. Stands over this. Another Geordie waiting at the far post with the best of interest. Dan Burn. In towards that near post, and Pickford had to get to it.
Baltimore got anything on that. Could have flashed past the goalkeeper.
Chelsea own Arsenal
Just leans into Jack Grealish. Can't get anything on the whip ball in. He's a whisker away.
Seventh goal for Newcastle here tonight. Nick Baltamada took it superbly as well just before the break. Playing just off the striker during his time at Stuttgart last season. Baltamada, but very much Newcastle's number 9, albeit he drops and links. Grealish stopped in his tracks. Newcastle's last success on Everton soil was a 4-1 win a couple of years ago on the road to Goodison. There's Malik Chow.
Once again, Newcastle have done well. They just start Everton the ball. They get a goal back with Dewsbury Hall. Everton want to get back on the ball, maybe get a quick second, but Newcastle just control the ball, control possession. Everton haven't been able to get on it and cause problems.
Joe Linton has Ramsey on the outside. Joe Linton again. There's Dewsbury Hall. Suggested David Moyes, who was hunting 10 goals this season, Ken and Dewsbury Hall, and the two met in the summer, which very much did with David Moyes.
Everton and Bournemouth next. Lose that. And Newcastle and Tottenham. Jesus Christ, fantastic.
Together at Leicester. There's Ramsey.
They've got something got Liverpool next.
Montemada. Here he is again.
Something got
Grealish getting involved.
And then they've got they're away to Man City. And then they've got Newcastle, then they've got Brighton, Man City again. And then face Tottenham. And then Brentford, then Spurs, then West Ham, then and then they've got Arsenal again, then they've got Liverpool,
Off the head of Mikalenko.
Bournemouth, then
Joe Linton has done well.
Newcastle.
This is 4 on 4 here. There's Ramsey, just forced wide. 4 from Willock.
Then I've got Chelsea last game.
So about to take off their 2 wide men. Chai and Jack Grealish. That's the plan here. Dibbling and McNeil ready to come on.
The Chelsea final day.
So it makes a bit of sense to the star players. This game has gone so really protect them. Ready for future battles.
Yeah, Bournemouth to come on the South Coast
Forest
on Tuesday.
Game.
Which has not been Everton's favourite place to go of late.
Alessia Russo scored.
Newcastle, those 2 home games now. Tottenham and Burnley to come. Finally, Eddie Howe will be happy that we can all stop talking about the lack of away win in the Premier League. Will it give him chase to this? Ramsey's there with him. It's Ramsey. Force wide and Pickford racing up his line to make the block. Willock.
It's brilliant again from Montemada. Just his hold the play with his choice of pass. Easy passes to play it out wide, but he'd seen the forward run. Actually digs the ball into a central area. Great vision to see that forward run, and they should have made more of it. Newcastle, I think Ramsey's first touch is poor. Takes him wide of the target. I think we can get across.
He was asked, Mick Montemada, what word to describe him? He said, technique. We've seen that here tonight again. Here come the Everton changes. Tyler Dibbling was on, Clement Neal on, eliminating Chai and Jack Grealish with this game gone. Both withdrawn.
It's very rare that you take off both of your star players, and it's because of the situation that finds his team in.
David Moyes encouraging Jordan Pickford to pick out Jake O'Brien here. Always listen to the boss.
Even if he's wrong, just do as he says.
Miley. There's Burn. Some result this for Newcastle, just the result of the performance here tonight as well on the back of the Champions League defeat. The French Riviera on Tuesday night, and the travel back, and then travelling down down here today with an extra night at home to prepare for this. Come down to Merseyside today.
Sometimes results can be a little bit misleading, but this performance, you're right, from Newcastle, they deserve to win this game convincingly.
Match 6 in the Champions League, who we've got in matches 6.
Touchdown Burr. Mel Hall. Those two fullbacks holding their ground, so really do offer Newcastle a threat. Moving forward. We've seen that again tonight.
It's their quality on the ball, but you're right, their positions, their advanced positions they get themselves into, they're very hard to pick up and deal with.
Altamada. There's Ramsey. Altamada again. Racing up Keane. Ramsey. Now Joe Linton. There's Malik Chow. For a hat-trick. Is he thinking about it? Maybe not. Chow again. Miley will give chase. Miley just runs out the pitch.
Just one of the lines that Newcastle dominance in this game. You know, away from home, haven't won away in the Premier League, and they come here, a really difficult place to come and get something from. You see the shots they've had, the shots on target, those aerial duels as well. Two of the goals coming from quality service, but Malik Chow getting on the end of them.
Teams come under a bit of scrutiny, Eddie Howe, but the match-going fans are always serenading him, always singing his name. Even more so tonight.
Look at what he's done getting caught to the Champions League and then trying to compete in the Champions League and the Premier League as well. It's not easy.
Of course, still trying to get Johan Wissa fully fit. He's looking potentially for a second goal here as that loops behind for a corner for the home team. But Johan Wissa is closer to fitness. Eddie Howe says he has a game in mind. So Johan Wissa not too far away now from joining Newcastle's matchday squad. Which will be a huge lift for Eddie Howe in Newcastle. Trying to get his head on that in the middle. It's Alcaraz again arriving on the scene, but able to keep it down that time.
It's a difficult one. It's a dropping ball. You're trying to catch it on the half volley, and he just doesn't really commit fully to the strike. Just jabs at it more than anything else. But it is difficult. He travels a long way in the air, and he's trying to control it with his instinct. Just get it right.
Well, they'll quickly have to move on from this. This 3-game week, Bournemouth away, and Nottingham Forest here. Sean Dyche returning to Everton soil next weekend. Everton change is imminent here. Beto is stripped off and ready to come on. Looks like for now, Tierno Barry has nailed down that central striking position for Everton. David Moyes said he would give one of them a prolonged run in the team if they started to get a grip of that position. And Tierno Barry may not have scored yet, but his hold-up play is what's impressed David Moyes so far. And his ability to press.
He's doing a lot right. It's not for want of trying. He thought he got his first Everton goal. That's cruelly ruled out for the accidental handball. He's got to keep going. To his teammates, up to his coach, the coaching staff, just to keep him and keep his spirits up. It's very hard when you start a career like this. And it's a difficult position to play for Everton, isn't it? Because the expectation of being that centre forward.
But different to the expectation of playing left back, Andy Himself.
Very different. Although Pat Van den Hal set a very high standard for him.
Never argue with Pat. Here's Joe Linton. Gimenez. Now Dewsbury Hall. There's Willick. Voltamada. Quickly hunted down and surrounded, but again he's found a way out. So Everton about to make this change. And Beto will replace Tieno Barry, who again has got through so much work tonight. Thought he finally had his goal, but that was ruled out for an accidental handball.
As I say, it's not for want of trying. You really got to feel for the ball drops over the head of Dan Burn. It does strike his arm. It is the right call. Just really wanted to get that first goal. He's working so hard to get it.
Warmly applauded off the pitch again by the Evertonians. Beto is on. Sandro Tonali will be coming on shortly for Newcastle. Had that tweak in his position last week against Manchester City, playing a little bit higher up and out to the right to try and deal with Manchester City's threat down the left. And there's Tieno Barry, a shake of the head. You have to feel for him, but the Everton players and the Evertonians as well are getting around him and supporting him in terms of the work he brings the other side of the game. Well, he is just desperate for that goal.
When you're playing brilliantly and scoring goals, you don't need an arm around the shoulder and encouragement. It's at times like this. He's a young player as well. He needs a lot of help.
Keane. There's Garner. Fabian Schär is also about to come on for Newcastle. Minutes away from winning successive Premier League games for the first time this season. It's a big win here.
Newcastle beating City at home. Finally winning your first away game so convincingly. That's the key to here. The level of performance here. They've really set the standard. It's clumsy. It's just that trailing leg catches him, and if he doesn't go right through him, I think he's just slightly off balance. If he does catch him.
Looks like a triple change is coming out from Newcastle because Anthony Gordon has quietly emerged from the bench. May not be quiet here for too long. Anthony Gordon from Everton about to come on.
H-A-R-A-N.
We're hearing Gimenez, Hall and Voltamada, the three to make way here for Newcastle for the arrivals of Tonali, Schär and Anthony Gordon. Voltamada struck that vital third just before the break. An excellent finish from him. And once again, showing his technique and his skill. Anthony Gordon. Welcome back by the Evertonians that have remained here onto Everton soil. Not too friendly way, but he was expecting that. Apologies for that. The gentleman is certainly giving it full throttle next to that person there. Welcoming back Anthony Gordon, who left Everton for Newcastle. Has since declared himself a Liverpool fan. Gordon on as we head into 5 additional minutes. Andy, who's your player of the match?
I'm spoiled for choice. I think every Newcastle player has been probably 8 out of 10. Lewis Miley and Voltamada and Byrne have been brilliant, but centre half scoring 2 goals. Yes, he's reliant on decent service, but it's unusual. Malik Chow is new to Newcastle. He's shown he's brilliant with the ball at his feet. Defensively, he wants to get blocks in, wants to make tackles, wants to defend properly, but when he steps forward, he can be so effective.
And he wasn't in the team at the start of the season, and he said that was really useful for him, just to sit and watch, feel the intensity of the games before stepping in on a regular basis. So that was a key learning curve for him.
See his numbers there, that's what I'm talking about. Yes, he's got his 2 goals, but he's a centre-half, he's a defender. That's what really he's judged on, and see the clearances there, how strong he's been defensively. He's kept Everton out, he's punished them down the other end.
Martini, a big fan of his, helped him out during his time at Milan, the San Siro.
Dan Burn again showing his versatility. Once again becomes the world's biggest left back.
Not a lot of competition. Beto doing the closing down, but Sher manages to find Chow. There's Willick. Dewsbury Hall. McNeil. There's Dewsbury Hall again. Tarkovsky. Dewsbury Hall again. Everton looking to try and finish with a flourish here. Beto. Beto. Steve's always going to intend to do that, Beto. That's going to be a to Newcastle.
I always say you learn more from defeat than victory, so there's plenty for David Moyes to get his teeth into when he analyses this game back. Newcastle clearly have been the better team, their mentality, their quality. Just that defensively, Everton, such a surprise that the manner of the goals, certainly the fun of the goals they gave away.
David was just saying to fourth official Dean Whitestone there, did you not see Scott Thomas? That's penalised for attempting it there. More of a dangerous position. Keane. Beto will give chase. Burns after him. O'Brien. There's Alcaraz. Tyler Dibling. He's trying to force his way into the Everton starting 11, having just over £40 million from Southampton in the summer. Dibling. Mikolenko. McNeil's cross, away by Dan Burn. He's playing left back or centre back, he always seems to be there, Dan Burn.
It's his experience again, just getting himself into just the right position, anticipating where that ball is going to end up.
There's Garner. Now Dibling. For the Newcastle fans celebrating in the corner away to our left. It's a magnificent night here. Albeit O'Brien tries to get to that. There's O'Brien again. Dibling. Dibling again. Moves away from Ramsey. It's Kieran Dewsbury Hall trying to make room for the shot. Dewsbury Hall wasn't too far away from a spectacular step in for Everton, but it is a Tyneside takeover on Merseyside. Finally, Newcastle United win away from home in the Premier League. Everton's new stadium is Newcastle's place of solace. 2 goals for Malik Chow, another for Nick Baltimore, doing the damage